Hello there, my name is Jordan Larry Hansen, also known as The Dev, and I'm here to bring you a kind of fun, interesting deck I decided to toy with. Actually, I can't give full credit for this deck. This deck actually was... There's a friend of mine named Christian that actually... We were trying to figure out a way to make a thousand-year-old storm deck work, and he and some of his friends did some number crunching and such, and we came up with this list, which is very interesting. I kind of want to call it Thousand-Year-Old Goblin, but as you can tell with a bunch of goblins. But essentially, what the deck does is we're trying to get to Thousand-Year-Old Storm to do the winning by chaining lightning strikes and such. But we do that by using goblins to ramp. We use Skirk Prospector, Wily Goblin, Goblin Electromancer, as essentially our ways to ramp up with Skirk Prospector. We have Runaway Steamkin in here, which if I pulled the rare, I would probably have 3 of in here, but at the moment it's just a 2 of. It's also a way that when we cast a bunch of red spells, we're going to get extra mana and such, which we use to cycle through our deck with Radical Ideas, Mission Briefing, Lightning Strikes, Pirate's Pillage to help us generate more treasure and draw into our deck a lot more, and then Discovery, which honestly, Dispersal is an option since we have treasure generation, but we're mostly, for the most part, going to use the Discovery aspect of the card to essentially draw into our deck a lot more with the Serviere trigger. Actually, there was one thing when our friend and me were testing last night, and we're going to do one test. Instead of Radical Idea, we're actually going to put in Tormenting Voice. He was actually giving me that suggestion when we were doing playtesting last night. I forgot to put that in there. But that's actually a good idea. We also use Ral as Viceroy as kind of a replacement for Steamkin. It's an expensive replacement, but it's not a bad card in general, especially with how many spells we're going to cycle through and such. And as a draw engine in itself, it's fine. Or, for the most part, honestly, it's mostly there to hit counterspell magic, or just card draw engine. Then there's Thousand-Year-Old Storm, our main win condition. Whenever we cast an instant sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant sorcery spell you cast before its turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. So essentially, as you can see, the main condition is we're going to try to cycle with a lot of spells to hopefully Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike, Lightning Strike our opponent. In the side, we have Shocks, Negates, a Fight with Fire, another Ral, Niv Mizzet, and Expansion. Which, honestly, I'm actually going to put Ral in the side. Sorry this is last minute, but the more I did actually an experiment of this deck where I actually put this in the main. And we're going to try to cut this down to 22 lands. And try it like that, because we've been testing a variation where we kept 2 of these in the main, and they've been actually surprisingly effective when you draw them. In the side, we could probably just put in Banefires, but we're just going to go do a few matches where it's just... essentially just, one-on-one matches just to show off the deck, and just some of the silly shenanigans that can occur. So, lucky enough, if this is the video that goes up before Friday Night Magic starts, this should be the deck that or at least a variation of this deck I should be toying with for tonight's Friday Night Magic, and tomorrow's Standard Showdown, so... yeah, we keep this. You know, a deck is nice when you can actually keep a 2-land hand and you're like, it's fine. Especially since we have 2 Wily Goblins. So, who are we going against? Someone named Firebreather. What color is this opponent playing is the question. We shall find out. But anyway, we're going to pay 2 life. We're going to give him a greeting. Hello. Be nice and generous. Mono white shenanigans. Okay, so we're just going to play a Wily Goblin. He's probably wondering why the heck... To be honest, before this video I was trying to make another video, but we've been seeing a lot of Jeskai control, so he probably thinks this was Jeskai control, so he's probably wondering what the heck is this card doing here? Honestly. Okay. I think the safe play here is just a Shivan Fire. Then play another Prospector. And then we're not going to attack. And at the end of the turn, we could do an option. We could just pass, or we could discard, say, a Wily Goblin or something to try to draw. We'll see what our land's like. Okay, so he plays a Locket, so he's playing Selesnya in theory. Okay. We definitely need our land drop, so what I'm going to do is... Actually, makes more sense to do this, because we could dig into our deck as well as do the draw. Okay, Electromancer and a land. Perfect. So we'll take the land. We'll play the land. And honestly, what I'm going to do is sack a Goblin. Or, no, I can't. Not a good idea. We could sack a Goblin, discard a Wily Goblin, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I'm going to pass the turn, because I just now realized that we have enough mana to actually get 1,000-Year-Old Storm in play by turn 4 or 5, technically, so... Presuming he doesn't remove any of our tools at all. Okay, so he's going to draw some cards. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay. So now we're going to try to get this out. We're going to sacrifice that Goblin. We're going to sacrifice our Prospector itself. And now we should have the combo in play, so... And we know we have a Goblin Electromancer here, so if we draw a land, we could have some funny shenanigans. Let's hope we are not against the mono-white deck that has artifact and enchantment removal. Fingers crossed! Gonna hope. Okay, so life gain, token generation. Makes sense. And... Is that it? Please no artifact. Please no enchantment hate. Please no enchantment hate. Please no enchantment hate. Ugh, this is intense. Okay, we split Angel. Good. Good. Okay, we don't mind that. We're gonna pay the 2 life. And honestly, what I'm going to do is this. That way, I can Tormenting Voice and draw 4 cards instead. I'm gonna discard the Goblin. And we're going to draw 4 cards. This deck's silly. Another Dawn of Hope. Okay. Kitty. Okay. Resplendent Angel number 2. Okay. So, we play this. We play this Prospector. And honestly, we don't mind because we just want to get rid of that now. And that's game. Okay. Well. First attempt at 1,000-Year Goblin shenanigans. Did pretty good. Granted, though, that was kind of a... I think he was very land-flooded, so... It was not, like, the best game in the world. So, we'll play one more before I have to call it quits to get ready for the day. So, let's try some 1,000-Year Goblin shenanigans. Next up, we're going to get someone called Mr. Sparkles. Okay, Mr. Sparkles, let's see what you got. Okay, yeah. We keep this. think we played a mountain in that to make him not... Well, it depends on what he plays. What you got, opponent? Okay. We'll play our Goblin. If this is just guy control, we're gonna have some fun. Pass the turn. Eh. Okay, so we haven't seen any white yet, so it's probably just is it shenanigans. And here's the cutest trick in the book. We're gonna discard a Shivan Fire. He resolves it. We're going to pass the turn. Nothing? I figured such. Now we're going to potentially pass the turn. You know what? I want to draw some cards too. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Seriously, everybody's doing 2 for 4 Kimster Insights. It's kind of getting really predictable, guys. He discovers. Okay. I'll play an Electromancer. See if it gets Essence Scattered. That doesn't look like the case. We could Mission Briefing into... Yeah, I think that's the better play here. So we're going to Mission Briefing. Sure, that's 1 less 1 for us. Perfect, we don't want those lands. We're going to Tormenting Voice. Discarding another Shivan Fire. Wow, good thing we did that. We are land flooded to the max. Okay, so yeah, Crackling Drake deck. Looks like the case. Okay. So we're gonna play a Discover. I mean, I guess? He's probably wondering, what the heck? Okay, deck. Really? No, we don't have enough mana for that now, so we're going to put that in the graveyard. Any radical ideas? Crackling Drake number 2. So yeah, it looks like a Drake deck. It looks like a Drake deck. It smells like a Drake deck. That being said, we do have to consider that a significant threat, so I'm gonna play our Steamkin. Okay. You know how much respect goes to the Steamkin when people do that? Yeah, we're dead. Ah. Yeah, that one was kind of like a case of clump kind of cards and some of that, because having like the discoveries stacked like that was kind of a little awkward, I'll say that. Anyway, we'll play one more for fun, and then I get to get going. Gotta build up a Gagari deck for someone. There we go. Ooh, this is a weird hand. I mean... The Servier is the tempting aspect of this hand. And Tormenting Voice to draw. Do we? Do we? Well, if our opponent decides. Okay. We'll give it a shot. Not the best hand in the world, I'll say that, but it's interesting for experimentation's sakes. Okay, we play our Goblin. So, it's either Jeskai Control or Boros Shenanigans. Survey says Boros Shenanigans. Survey says correctly, Boros Shenanigans. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to discard a mountain. Oi. Now that's way too many lands. Well, we'll take the 2. We need a top deck of Lightning Strike fast. But... okay. We're gonna sacrifice this dude. Discard a Steam Vents. Because we get 2 treasures. And more discovered. Okay. We can take 5 in the chin at the moment. probably more if he's going to play Tajik, probably. If the opponent will play Tajik. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. So he does get the Angel, which is kind of gross. Ew. I'm going to guess this is the Boros list that everybody was talking about. Boros Angels, so... There's that Lightning Strike we need. We're just going to say now no to more gross shenanigans like that. And there's a temptation to draw. I mean, we have enough mana to... The temptation's there. The reason why I'm not falling for it just yet is because that one's a hard one. An argument could have been made that I probably should have just drawn so I could try draw into more lightning strikes and such. I could see the argument. I'll put it like that. Oh no, this is red-white token haste. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As much as I would love to play Thousand Year Storm in this shenanigans, we can't take the risk. And we just gotta play the Skirk Prospector to have a blocker. Because chances are he's gonna play a land, he's gonna play that haste, give your creatures +1/+1 shenanigans. If he's playing that card. We're gonna block one of the goblins. And we're probably just gonna die to a lightning strike or a shock. Well, that enters in tap. We got a mission briefing. Weirdly enough, I'm going to put that in the... Well... Huh. And yeah, we gotta call that game. Ah. Boy, that game felt bad. Well, that's the deck. I hope I don't have to go against annoying token shenanigans. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. It's I call nickname Thousand Year Goblins. Y'all have a lovely night. This is LevDev, signing out.